welcome to Living Magically. I'm your host, Magical Michelle, and we have a magical week. We are living in interesting and prophesized times. So this week's Living Magically, we're going to talk about the Cancer new moon, and then we're going to talk about the basket. And so let's get started. Okay, today is Monday, the 13th, but we are leaning into, I know some of you may not even watch this until Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever that may be. Whenever this finds you, the energy this week is all of this week. So starting on Monday, we're at the dark moon, which is always a good time to finish, complete, let go, release, forgive. Let yourself be emptied. And one of my tools that I use for that is the Ho'oponopono prayer. I forgive you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you. I love you. Thank you. And you can do this to and for your body. One of the reasons I do this so much is because my body only knows my voice, just like your body only knows your voice as God. How do you talk to your body is really important to your nervous system, to your expression of yourself and your truth. And so be loving, be gentle, give it support, ask it what it needs, and try to listen, because I know we're very, very pushy with our body. But right now, Cancer season, which will go all the way until the 20th. This is about finding that home, and your physical home, your body, which is a temple, the home for your indwelling spirit. These are things that are really, really important. And friends and family and your relationships are going to be, with this Mercury retrograde, on the table. We had the Cazimi on Sunday, which is where Mercury is at its height. And so we're still in the sort of the after effects of that as we're getting ready for this new moon. So maybe we're renegotiating our relationships. This could be relationships with yourself. This can be relationships with your friends. This could be the relationship with your body. This could be relationships with your home. This can be relationship with your money. In fact, a lot of people, as we have Leo in Jupiter now, we're negotiating our worth and our value. And that's also coming up with Taurus. The wounded healer in Chiron is in Taurus. So we're going to have 7 years of looking at our wealth and our worth and our value and what we value. So if you're going, oh my God, I am renegotiating everything in my life, that's what's happening, because we have had every single planet change station, every single planet, which will really only happen once in our lifetime. And on the 18th, the peak of this, which they call the basket, based on a key astrologer who predicted Russia, the Soviet Union breaking down. He predicted the pandemic accurately to the minute, is also talking about the 18th and this specific conjunction of the 4 outer planets coming together in a once in history. It's never been charted in all of the stuff we've been working toward comes and points to this moment. Now we will see it in ramifications for years to come. We've been seeing it for the last 2 years. That's why 25 and 26 has all been kind of leading up to this moment, and that happens on the 18th. Now, this isn't about you doing something on the 18th. This actually, the new moon, anytime on Tuesday, because the new moon happens pretty early in the morning Eastern Standard Time, like 5 a.m. And so how you wake up on Tuesday, what you set your intentions for that day, how you experience your life Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and into this very particular portal and shift what you do now. Set those intentions clear. A lot of us are in a complete reboot. It's a 1 year. It's the fire horse year. And so we've kind of done some of the tearing down of the structure. This is about building. This is about the growth and building of a new reality. So be really, really careful with your words, your thoughts, and your actions this week. And it might just mean you take a pause from the things that bring you toxicity, if at all possible, or just really try not to react to them negatively. And it is Mercury retrograde, and it is a very intense time. So if you do react, it's about how quickly you can shift and recognize that I don't want to say it that way. I don't want to act that way. I don't want to feel that way. How do I clear myself? How do I sage or recalibrate or meditate? Use your tools. One of my favorite tools is the box breath, which is a 4-count breath. Breathe in 4, hold 4, exhale 4, and then hold 4 and redo it again. Anything that gets your eyes closed and you breathing for 2 minutes can reset your nervous system. And apologize and be reiterating with clarity this week. It isn't a weak move. It's actually a very strong move to take accountability where accountability is due. And then also notice who doesn't take accountability in your life. So this is a moment in time where you're choosing. You're choosing your reality. You're choosing your experience. You're writing the story. Your word is going to be elevated right now. What you write down or visualize or intend is going to be very elevated right now. So choose things that are going to lift your spirit. And that might be that you need to isolate. It might be that you need to rest, meditate, take longer sleep. I mean, the world is at a place where we've got solar flares. We're lined up to Sirius, the star Sirius and the solar sun, all the way to the Lion's Gate. And watch out. We'll be announcing, I'll be doing a very special activation on the Lion's Gate. We've got a lot of really amazing things in store for you coming in August, including some Egyptian oils that are going to be offered for the first time to purchase. So there's a lot I am intending. There's some projects underway. So look for that. But then look inside yourself. What is it you're intending? What is it you're birthing or building, or what is your legacy, and how are you choosing yourself that way? And it might be a big surprise to you. There might be epiphanies this week. So if this is something you are wanting to do in community, one of the ways I do this transformational work is our Witchy weekend. Every single year we go and we bombard the Anchor Inn in New Smyrna Beach, and they feed us, and we get to do things like ritual on the beach and good food. And I have a breathwork expert coming in from Kansas, Beth. So we're going to be doing this really powerful weekend of fun and transformation. And don't underestimate fun right now as a spiritual practice. Like, what brings you joy, whether that's crafting or playing a board game or socializing. These things are spiritual practices too. Joy is about as spiritual as it gets. Joy, love, self-love, self-care. Those are all spiritual practices, including rest. But anyway, I go back to Witchy Weekend. We only have 3 more rooms available. So if that is something you're looking for, the theme this year is Practical Magic 2. So we've had a practical magic theme once before, but the new movie is coming out. So if you want some midday margarita energy and some practical magic, and you want to just do some transformational work with us, I highly recommend, if you've been planning on doing it, because I know there's a couple of you that have been deciding you were going to do it. There's only 3 more rooms left, so it's time to make that. Happy Summerween. So as far as I'm concerned, Halloween season has begun. It starts the day after July 4th, so we are now in Summerween and getting ready for spooky season, and I'm all about it. I'm here for it. So fun is also on the table this week, and you might see yourself starting to lift as Mercury retrograde is starting to move. It'll be gone in a couple of weeks, and then by the end of the month we'll start seeing even the Mercury shadow go. And honestly, the new moon, this is a very beautiful transit, and in fact even the 18th is a beautiful transit, because it is the beginning of a shift in how we see the world, spiritually, mentally, physically. This is a very benevolent transit. This is a benevolent new moon. So it is a good time to, if you're doing soulmate manifestation, if you're doing home manifestation, if you're looking at wealth activation, whatever it is that you're doing, health even, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, a full compass of opportunity for this new moon. It's beautiful. So as I usually do, I'm going to do some kind of spiritual housekeeping, whether it's today or tomorrow, or even Wednesday. You can sage, you can clear, you can clean your house energetically. I use frankincense to raise the vibration, maybe singing bowls or playing music in the space too. You can even play bells. I have a little bell that I ring to clear energy, and then intend, like even thank your home. It's Cancer season, so the home will respond to you loving it. Your body will respond to you with gratitude. Your friends, your family, whoever. Now is an incredible time to show gratitude and build more of what you love, and let go or eliminate that which is making you feel uncomfortable, ill, stressed, overwhelmed. So this is a great time to make those conscious choices. The other thing I have going is, of course, the Living Magically membership. So if you want to join us tonight for the new moon activation, you still have time, and there is always an opportunity. It's just a $44 a month for all that you get, which is 3 full hours of activations, 3 sessions a month, sometimes more, extra special bonus content and whatnot. So this, as we're getting ready for eclipse season, which is coming next month, we will have a solar eclipse just days after the 8/8, and then we will have a partial lunar eclipse. So that's coming in August. So this, what I'm saying is that this is a beautiful week for manifestation. This is a beautiful week for clarity. This is a beautiful week for spiritual practice, but it's also a beautiful week. You can connect to your soul. You can connect to your higher power, your angels, your guides, God, Goddess, all that is, whatever you're working with. And then last but not least, I have only one right now. I limit how many people I'm coaching at a time, but I do have one coaching slot available if you want to really make that transformation. And I wanted to share a story on how this goes. Back in 2017, I did a reading for someone that was so accurate that I moved on. And on Friday, he messaged me about even word for word what he wrote in his journal, exactly what I said, and how he took that message and actually got the exact accolade that he was looking for over time. My gift is to see past what you have as a block and give you the tools, the advice of how to get to your dream life. There's usually a little work to do. We start with the energy work. We start with making decisions. We make choices. We change the energy. We do the healing. And then there's this opportunity then to create your dream life. And it's so interesting because I've been reviewing my past right now, like we all do during Mercury retrograde. And 15 years ago, this week, I took my soulmates class with ThetaHealing. I took a bunch of instructor classes, and this was even before I was a master teacher. I was just a beginning ThetaHealing teacher 15 years ago. And I was healing the relationships and reviewing them. And it happened to also be Mercury retrograde. And from that moment on, my relationships have changed. And I can't tell you how many people who've taken trainings with me and coaching with me who have went on to find and even marry or live with their soul person. And I can't tell you how many people have found their jobs, their just happiness. Maybe they're even happier within the relationship they're already in, or they had the courage to make the step to change something that was hard. So my review was just how far I've personally come, and also this sheer gratitude for the number of people I've been able to help in the last few years. 15 years of ThetaHealing and 20 as a healer, coach, and reader. So if you want to work with me, these are the ways to do so right now. But whatever you do, this is a moment, and I mean it. This is a choice point in history. And I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. I'm going to say it for the next couple of weeks because we want to get this complete by the full moon on the 29th before we get into eclipse season. There is a sweet spot, a karmic opportunity to, like a window in time that is already open and will close at the full moon, for getting super clear on your manifestations, for putting a new way of being into place, for growth. We're at the depth of high growth season. We're at a astrological phenomenon that is about the opportunity to change humanity and be part of the betterment of it. And it starts individually right now with you in this moment. So take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and decide, I'm going to be on my highest timeline. I'm going to do all the things I know to do. I'm going to commit to me. I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose to have a beautiful life. I'm going to choose to be part of this betterment of humanity. I'm going to choose to have a better relationship with my home, my body, my temple, I'm whole and I'm complete. I deserve it. I am worthy and I'm enough. I'm already enough. And so if you're recognizing that sacredness in your own life, this is the week to make that sacred commitment to yourself and to ask your guides. Ask it as a choice. I choose this. I invite all help and support. Surprise and delight me. Let go of the how, but be open to receiving the how as spiritual guidance. As if there is a path that opens, don't think it after you've put it in place. Don't think, well, that just seems too good to be true. If you just asked for it, then you must take then the energetic opportunity that's being given to you and take action. So you're letting go of the how, and you're maybe even letting go of the when, but you're clear on how you want to feel, you're clear on what you want, and then you're inviting your team and spirit to show you the way and guide you down the path. And then you're going to take action to plant seeds, whether that's planting a garden, building a bridge, putting up a structure, because right now stability and structure for the future is going to go a long way. So anything you're doing now which might feel like a little bit of a, like you're investing right now in your future. You may not see the dividends right now. You're making choices right now that are going to be the ramifications for the next couple of years, 10, 20 years, or maybe the rest of your lifetime. It is that big of a deal. The energy of the basket that is happening on the 18th. So this new moon ushers in a beautiful space in humanity. Choose to be part of that. Choose the high road, choose kindness, choose forgiveness, choose compassion, choose gratitude, choose the elevated, expanded path. And when you do feel overwhelmed or whatever because of the retrogrades and the reviews and the life and everything speeding up, have that compassion and kindness also apply to yourself. And you're just going to reset as many times as you have to. We're wanting to come from a healed nervous system right now. A healed nervous system is going to be key for embodiment, which I will talk about next week as we're getting closer to that full moon. It's going to be important to be an embodiment before we get into the 8/8 and the eclipse season. So right now, you're choosing the timeline, you're choosing your way, you're making choices, and you're manifesting the reality. The next step will be to just exactly that. Take aligned action and take those steps. So I hope you found this helpful. I love you. It is a big week, and I hope that your magic is absolutely powerful. Your prayers, every one of them, are able to land. Practice being open to receive, because sometimes we put our prayers and our manifestations and our magic out there, and then they come a little bit differently than we thought they would, but they do come. But we have to be able to accept that we're worthy and we're not blocking our own manifestations. So allow the inspiration, the manifestations, the good to land and come in as you are making these manifestations. Allow the clarity. You might get dreams. All of this energy may give you big dreams, or just sudden epiphanies or decisions. You'll just suddenly make a decision. And that, my friends, a magician's tool is choice. There is something very powerful in making a decision and going forward on it. When you're like, oh, just give me something good, you're letting the algorithm pick for you. This is a moment where you choose. If you choose for you and you choose wisely and you choose to take a little bit of spiritual action on it, it's just absolutely going to bring 1,000 dividends in the coming years. This is a week that really sets you up for the next literally 30 years, and maybe even the rest of all of our lifetimes. It's a major change in humanity. And look it up. I'm not a full-on astrologer, but I'm just saying that this energy is being talked about, has been talked about. I dated an astrologer in 2017, and we've been talking about this particular conjunction since 2017. Other people have been talking about it longer. And so spiritually clean your house, your mind, and your heart, and be open to receive. You are worthy, you are deserving, and I love you.